Welcome back to finals day at the Kumamoto Masters in Japan. Two finals complete, both won in 2 straight games. Next up, we have women's doubles, and Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning in their 7th final of the year up against Zhang Xuxian and Zheng Wu, all England beaten finalists last year. Well, women's doubles has been a discipline that's really brought some surprises this year at this particular tournament. Actually, it's the first year of the Kumamoto Masters, because by quarter-final stage we were down to 2 seeds. We lost 4 seeds in the very first round. We only started with 6 seeds, but as you saw at semi-final stage, 2 pairs from Japan, 2 from China. As far as the race to the World Tour finals are concerned, the top 3 have already qualified. Obviously, with only 2 pairs per nation, Matsuyama and Shida and Fukushima and Hirota are still in a battle to qualify as the 2nd Japanese pair. But this young Chinese pair, win or lose today's final, they will go up 2 places to number 4, so they're giving themselves a very, very good chance of qualifying. Only their first year on the World Tour, and they're in their 7th final. That's absolutely astonishing for Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning. Zhang Xuxian and Zheng Wu, all England finalists last year, but they won the last tournament that they played, so we know they're in good form. They won the title in Saarbrücken, the 300 events. So this will be a 3rd meeting, I can tell you, between these 2 pairs, and honours are shared of the previous 2, 1 win apiece. Last time they met, it was the number 6 seeds, Zhang Xuxian and Zheng Wu. That was the semi-final of the Hilo Open in Saarbrücken, and as I've told you, they went on to win the title. They obviously won that semi-final.
Okay. Okay, good luck.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, that the number 6 seeds, Zhang Xuxian and Zheng Wu, won the toss of the coin and chose ends. No, you didn't get to hear either. Never mind. Shengshu, rather, 19 years of age, still a teenager, from Liaoning, coastal province in northeast China. They're enjoying their 2nd consecutive week at their career high of 10. Her partner, Tang Ning, is a year older at the age of 20, from Hunan, Langlong province in south-central China. 4 titles already this year. Came through the qualifying to win the Spain Masters, won the US Open and the Arctic Open and the French Open. So 2 titles on the European leg of the World Tour. So as far as they're concerned, well, they had a very big win in the very first round, beat the number 4 seeds, Fukushima and Hirota, 3-time World Championship silver medalists. Then needed 3 games against Benyapa and Nuntikan Aimsad from Thailand in the quarterfinal. The semi-final was a close affair against the 2-time former world champions, Matsumoto and Nagahara came from 16-19 down and 18-20 down, saved 2 game points before winning 23-21 in that deciding game. Zhang Shuxian in the background there is 23 years of age from Luzhou in southeast Sichuan province. And she and her partner have been as high as 2, but currently number 7 on the world rankings. 169 equates to 5'7". Her partner is clearly the taller of the two. Zheng, 27 from Shandong province, 5'9". So it's a second final in 2 consecutive tournaments played for this combination. All of their matches, I can tell you, have been in 2 straight games to get through to today's final. There we are, that confirms that, including against Miura and Kumamoto in the semi-final. So a good campaign so far for the more experienced pair of Zheng Shuxian and Zheng Wu. So our court officials for this one from Japan and Indonesia. Sukurai and Kulkani, the service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Zhang Shuxian and Zheng Yu, China. And on my left, Tan Ning and Liu Xianxu, China. Zhang Shuxian to serve to Liu Xianxu. Level. Play.
So the number 6 seeds, Zhang Shuxian and Zheng Wu, getting the women's doubles final underway against the unseeded Liu Xianxu and Tan Ning.
1 love.
Oh, nice tumble serve. Yeah, well played by Tan Ning. So obviously, Chris, it's a all-Chinese affair, and it's actually the 30th same nation women's doubles final in the World Tour era, but it's only the 4th all-Chinese affair. We've had 15 all-Japanese women's doubles finals, 10 all-Korean, and this is only the 4th all-Chinese. Compare that to the Super Series era, and there was 53 same nation women's doubles finals. 48 of those were all Chinese affairs. So if people say, oh, China are dominating women's doubles discipline, not so. Not in the World Tour era at all.
Yeah, I would say the biggest difference was the massive improvement by Japan. Obviously South Korea as well. South Korea in the past have been a very strong nation, but Japan's depth in ladies doubles over the last maybe 8 years or so has been absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But I do think we are seeing a pair of the future today.
Liu Xianxu and Tan Ning, you mean?
Yeah, I think they're the best ever pair I've seen of this age, which is a bold comment.
It's very bold. But then you're very young.
I am indeed.
So you haven't seen as many women's doubles pairs as I have.
And that is true. But for
Service
me,
over. 1,
Liu,
3.
at 19 years old, if we just look at what she's already achieved this year alone, and as you said, they've only really just been on the tour. They haven't really played that long on the tour. And
No, this is their first year.
Exactly. And the experience they have is minimal, but the results they've had already, winning the Spain 300, the USA 300, the Arctic Open, which was a 500, the 750, which was the French Open, all in their first year. That is incredible.
Yeah, I don't deny that. Brilliant. Missed it. That's a big miss from Zheng.
Service over. 4.
And the other thing to note is obviously the Liu and Tan being 19 and 20, some of their development would have been very complicated just because of COVID. They would have had probably 12 months or more where their development would have been difficult to develop in the same way because of the very strict COVID rules that all countries would have had around the world.
Well, just to emphasise that there have been other pairs. The current world champions, Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan, won their first of 4 world titles when they were this age. Yeah, great attacking play.
Just incredible. I feel like they're changing the ladies' doubles game. The style, the variation, counter-attacking. I just, maybe, as you said, I haven't seen enough maybe of some of the previous generation, but for me, when I watch them more and more lately, and I'm so impressed.
Yeah, I don't deny that at all. Yeah, hugely talented. I do think that Liu Shengshu, I know she's only a teenager at the moment, but I think she does need to work on her movement. Physically very, very strong, isn't she? But I was noticing in their semi-final yesterday against Matsumoto and Nagahara, when she was asked to change direction, struggled on numerous occasions. Now, this is a fabulous start by the youngsters, no doubt about it.
Something else that was quite impressive in the quarter-final game. They played the Aimsard sisters from Thailand, and they had one of the strangest first games I think I've ever seen.
Yes, indeed.
9 love up to then lose 21-15. But
yeah,
the thing they did incredibly well was to actually come back and then win the match.
Good work from Liu Shengshu. Now, it's interesting dynamics on the court because the first time that I ever saw Liu Shengshu was at the Indonesian Masters. I was watching it on television. Sadly, I wasn't there working. But she was paired with Zhang Shuxian, who, of course, is on the opposite side of the net with her today. So they obviously tried that as a combination, then rethought the situation.
8-2.
It's going to be so interesting what actually happens as well with qualifying for the Olympic Games, because only 2 pairs can qualify.
And they both must be in the top 8 in the world.
Both these two being the 2nd and 3rd ranked Chinese.
All strings have gone in Tan Ling's racket.
Service over. 3-8. 9-2.
Oh, that's a fabulous shot from Zheng.
Service over, 3-9.
Yeah, she does incredible here. She gets herself in all sorts of trouble. Fantastic vision as well to spot that gap.
Over 10-3.
Yeah, it's just running out of patience. Well wide, and it is the youngsters,
11-3.
Liu Zheng and Tang Ning, who have the advantage at the mid-game interval. And they've played quite brilliantly in these early stages. 8-point advantage, 11-3 in the opening game.
Play.
So this more experienced player in the all-black kit, Zhang Shuxiang and Zheng, really need to change their game plan. Need to get themselves on the attack. Oh, that's a pity. That would have helped their cause.
12-3.
Moment or two younger players are just controlling everything in the mid-court game, getting the attack, and when they are, they're so efficient. So much variation even in the first 3 shots.
Nice idea, but it was ambitious.
13-3.
I have seen this before, even in the quarterfinal that I suggested when I said, you know, they had a humongous lead early on and then things kind of went. Also in the Arctic Open, in the first game in the final, they were almost unplayable like this, and they then went off the boil. When they went off the boil, it was almost like a totally different pair. I think that does come from experience.
Definitely. Yeah. Well played.
Better placement on the attack.
4-13.
reaching. Yeah, that was what the Japanese pair were doing so well yesterday, the former world champions, Matsumoto and Nagahara, when they were changing the pace, exposing the lack of ability to change direction with Liu Chengqiu. And that's quite natural for a youngster. You've got to get time for the muscles to develop and get stronger, and that's where you can change direction a lot easier.
Yep, and also she's quite a tall player, so often it's a little bit trickier to have that. And you're right, it'll be something that I'm sure that they're going to work on to improve. But the integral thing is when you stop a shuttle off, you've got to step in, you've got to take it early, and that's exactly what happened in that previous rally you were talking about.
Yeah. It's all very fast and furious. Good smash from Cheng Wu towards the right hip of the right hander, who was standing committed to the backhand defence, just hit it down her forehand side. Longest rallies so far at 41 shots.
Just highlighting the point you said, Jill, about how fast and flat it is. It's such a different style of ladies doubles. Ladies doubles is really transforming, and I think it's a pair we're seeing today, Liu and Tan, that are going to take that on even more. They're so good in the flat game. They're so aggressive at pushing forward and almost playing more of a men's doubles style of play.
How much women's doubles did you watch when you were a player?
Not as much as I watch now. I think
because in all honesty, Chris, I think this aggressive style has been rounded about for at least 5 years, maybe longer.
But I wouldn't say to this level. Like, I think this is the reason why personally I am so impressed with Liu and Tan. I totally don't think they're the finished article at all.
No,
because they're,
obviously
you know,
not.
they're so young still.
Yeah.
But even the progression they've had in 6 months is phenomenal. They've gone from winning a 300, which is an incredible achievement, to winning a 750, when pretty much every pair was, was playing, to show they are one of the best pairs in the world. And it's just the style of play, the way they cover each other, the way they move around each other, that I really, really like. And for me, I do think we are going to see them being one of the best in the world for the next duration.
Yeah, I agree with you. Brilliant.
Yep.
Super sharp from Cheng Wu. But I also think that the reigning world champions, Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan, they've been playing this aggressive style for years.
I would agree and disagree in regards to, yes, they're definitely very aggressive, and the way they move the shuttle around is a joy to watch. And, they have been the best pair in the world for quite some time now. There's just something about these two that I just do think is different. And it could just be a bit more their raw, if you understand what I mean. That it's fractionally less control at the moment, but when they do,
well played.
When they do start to polish it a little bit more, and they have that slightly better understanding, and also in regards to what you said, the ability of that quicker speed to change direction, because sometimes when they put pressure on, the other one doesn't quite cover in a perfect symphony. But the things I'm seeing from such a young pair, I am very, very impressed with.
Yeah, I'm impressed too. Going wide.
Service over, 16-9. 17-9.
I'm convinced that Zhang Xian and Zheng need to slow the rallies down a little bit. I think they're trying to play too quickly, which is, as you've just been describing, the exact style that Liu Shengxu and Tang Ning want to play. That's nice.
Yeah, they haven't got the attack enough at all, and I would agree they're getting lured into the mid-court game, the flat game too much,
Yeah.
and they're not stopping the shuttle off to get the attack. One of them has got to get the attack for a partner, because we've seen probably 3 or 4 rallies when they have got the attack. They've got a great attack, you know, but they haven't had that enough. They've probably only had the attack 4 or 5 rallies. They've won the majority of them, but it's not enough.
Yeah, that is brilliant play from Zheng.
This is where the younger pair can get slightly exposed, just with that shot there, which we couldn't quite see. Just hitting it into the gap, they can't quite cover each other here.
11,
pulling it out, and then
17.
no one's covering there. It was too slow, the movement. Really good counter-attacking style, though.
Okay, thank you. Play.
Yeah, they're playing themselves back into this. Zhang Xian and Zheng doing well.
12-17.
Did she say sorry in English?
That's over.
Yeah,
18.
she did indeed.
12.
That's amazing.
Making sure everyone understood that she was sorry, I think.
Yeah. That's 5 drop shots in a row. Yeah. That was too predictable.
19.
Whilst I like the change of
12.
pace, you've got to mix it up.
Yeah.
It was all drop shots instead of some power play and some drop shots. Another long rally.
Also, you have to be careful. Tang there, obviously on the cross player's always got a slightly higher base. If you go too central with your drop, the cross player's the one who's going to be stepping forward to try and make that move.
Way long of the back line. And 8 game point opportunities
20. Game
for
point.
Liu
12.
Shengxu and Tang Ning. Opening game 21-12 to the Chinese youngsters.
Liu Shengxu and Tang Ning. 21-12.
22 minutes for the opening game. My goodness. They're wonderfully aggressive. Good attacking play. And the reward, the opening game, 21-12.
Second game, level. Play.
Fantastic return there to start the second game.
That's over.
It's going to be so important.
No.
Start of this game that they can get on the attack. Liu there was very quick on that return of serve.
1-0.
Nearly even jumped it. Much better defense. Moving the shuttle around quicker. Giving the younger pair less time on the shuttle when they're attacking.
2-1.
It's the integral part. If you do have to be on the defense, you've got to make sure your opponent's either off balance, stretched, slightly out of position. You can't give them time when they're attacking.
Play on.
Brilliant there. Zheng on the net.
3-1.
Reads that. Fantastic brush.
Oh, it's landed in.
4-1.
Plum on the line.
That's over. 2-4.
One thing I do think, Chris, about this younger pair from China that they're bringing new to the women's doubles game, both of them are using the tumble serve. chopping under the base of the cork of the shuttle and tumbling the shuttle across the net on the low serve. We've seen it for some considerable years in the men's doubles, but only a few women's doubles players. They're using it the whole time.
I agree, and this is the sort of thing where I do think they're following more of a men's doubles style, the way they play, the way they do everything.
So a challenge here. Just out by a whisker.
One challenge remaining.
What a good call by the line judge.
6-3. Play. Stops over. 4-6.
Now, a gift.
Stops over. 7-4.
Good rally. Oh, that's brilliant. What a shot from Zheng.
Incredible defence. Great counter.
Thank you.
Zhang Zhuxian there defended so incredibly well before. She kind of exposed her opponent so that her partner then could counter.
Yeah, it's a nice serve.
This is the thing. I wouldn't say that they're playing badly. I wouldn't say that, but I'd say now...
Which pair?
Apologies, the younger pair. So
Yeah.
of Liu and Tan, I feel like when things a little bit go wrong, just a few more mistakes creep in, but simpler mistakes. And we didn't see any of that in the first. They were almost incredible.
Yes.
But in some of their
Yeah.
previous matches, and I do think this comes down to experience, because when things aren't quite working, when you're a younger pair, it's difficult to find the solution or find the answer. A bit like that. She's
Yeah.
stepping in at the wrong time because the shuttle's going in an upward direction, Liu. She has to either play a softer shot to make the shuttle dip, because she's doing okay there, and then that one's going up. You can't
Yes.
do that. As soon as it goes up, you've got to retract, but almost too much pace is going into the shuttle, which worked really well in the first game, but not as well in this game.
Yeah, nice return. That's lovely.
Stops over. 5-10.
That's well left, and to the mid-game interval
Stops
with a
over.
6-point advantage.
11-5.
The number 6 seeds,
Interval.
Zhang Zhuxian and Zheng Yu.
11-5. Play.
So 11-5, the 6-point advantage for the number 6 seeds, Zhang Xian and Zheng. Oh, that's landed in. That's a lovely shot.
Do you think in the second game,
5.
Zhang Xian, she's moved the shuttle around so well. She's defended incredibly well, always making her opponents off balance there. Every time the younger pair of Liu and Tan are playing an overhead or have the attack, they're fractionally off balance.
Nice. Yeah. She's played well in all departments, Chris. Not only
13.
defensively, Zhang Xian.
And I do think ends will definitely have an impact to play.
Because there's more sting in the attack from the far side, hitting with the drift.
And we've seen that with both pairs. Whichever pair's the opposite side from where we're positioned has had, yeah, a much better attack.
Oh, it's a total turning of the tide from the opening game. Brilliant. Yeah, thanks. Just confirming the point that I made a moment ago. She's playing well in all departments, playing well at the net, playing well defensively.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good, and I love the way her swing, just a short punch.
Yeah.
So I mean now, the wheels are slightly coming off, and what I mean by that is that just simpler mistakes are creeping in. I've probably seen 5 or 6 in this second game, whereas in the first we didn't really see any. And when things don't quite work for this pair, I'm not sure they quite know yet what to do.
That's nice. That's a lovely defensive shot. So with your experience, what should they be doing?
But the key is not panicking. And by that I mean, sometimes when it feels like things are going wrong, the more we try and make it better, we force it. And they've made a few simpler mistakes when they've tried to play almost the perfect shot. But you don't have to play the perfect shot. You've got to understand the end you're down. So you've got to be more calm when you're attacking, but you've got to be patient and you've got to build the rallies. And you can't take quite the same risk in the mid-court because if your shot's going upwards, it's not stopping, but it's slowing down before it gets to your opponent. And if they just put pace in a downward direction, it's almost speeding up when it comes to you. So the style of play they had in the first isn't quite the same they need in the second, whereas I'd say they've played a similar style in the second, and this is why, for me, it hasn't quite worked.
Point of view. She'd worked the opening too, hadn't she? Just wasn't quite tall enough. She's a tall lady anyway, but not quite tall enough.
Needed to move just a fraction, well, half a step more, and I think she would have had that. She played the rally perfectly before.
So 4 straight points. On left. nice. I think Tan Ning actually getting out of the way, thinking that that was going to go long. But it was clearly in. And she was hoping more than anything. 3 points away from a third and deciding game. Make that 2 points away.
19-9.
Brilliant. And it's gone wide. What an excellent rally. And a wonderful way to bring up game point opportunities. Oh dear. Zhang Xian is okay. She seemed to be stretching her knee after that rally. That was a great interception.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely stretching. Hope she's okay.
20, game point 9.
Brilliant. What a smash from Tan Ning.
That's over.
Incredible placement.
10.
Obviously, that is a
20.
phenomenal shot, but I don't think we've seen enough variation from them in the second game with their overhead attack.
Drive serve.
11, 20.
Perfect. Oh, she read it. Zhang Xian.
Yeah, she did everything perfect,
12,
defended so well, turned the
20.
shuttle, moved the shuttle around, and then that last shot, she read it. She stormed in so quick and just pushed it far too hard.
Yeah, it only needs to be a short, sharp motion of the racket head to bring the shuttle down quickly from the net.
Game.
Lucky net cord.
Second game, won by Zhang
And the second game.
Thank you. 21-12. One game.
Mirrored
all.
scoreline from the opening game. Both games won and lost 21-12. So 44 minutes into the match, and we will have a third and deciding game.
Change.
So 1 game all in the women's doubles final here at the Kumamoto Masters.
Final game. Level play.
So the number 6 seeds, Zhang Xian and Zheng, nearest to us, having won that second game. Has gone long with the back line.
Service over. 1 love.
I was interested right at the end of that second game, Chris. You were talking about the fact that the youngsters, Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning, hadn't played with enough variation on their attacking play in the second game, and that caused them problems. In all honesty, I don't think they varied their attack that much in game number 1. I think it was just that they were able to penetrate with their fast play.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And that's why I don't think they changed their game in relation to the ends. You can't always play the same style. If something's working, it's fantastic. You obviously keep doing it. But when you change ends, it's a different style. And that's what I don't think they did. And is that experience, is it game A is the way that they play and game B isn't quite as good yet, or maybe it took them too long to realise.
That's a super shot. Now that's the sort of change of pace, if you remember. I was saying that in the opening game. Zhang Xian and Zheng needed to mix up the pace and play some little blocks.
Thank you.
I felt they were trying to play too fast. That's a beauty. That's exactly what I was alluding to.
Definitely, definitely. And any time they're early on it, they've got to go in front. They've got to twist, turn, make the move. They just hit to their rackets. We've seen Liu and Tan are so good on their rackets.
Well, they're calling for the medic, I think. Now, is this Zheng that needs the medic? She's taken her left shoe off. Oh! Medic went to the wrong player. Yeah, there's a bit of a blood injury, I guess. Blood injuries must be treated immediately in all international sport. Now, Chris, I was working late into the night last night, trying to find out when China had last won a clean sweep at this level of tournament. And it was 9 years ago, but of course that can't happen now, can it? Because Grigoria Mariska-Tunjun has won the women's singles, but China represented in all 5 finals. And all 3 doubles disciplines, all Chinese affairs. We're going to just see, yeah, she just scrapes her hand, I think, as she dived there, underside of her little finger, I suspect. And it's actually only the second time that all 3 doubles finals at this level of tournament, or any Grand Prix Gold Super Series World Tour, have all been Chinese affairs. We've had a recent all-Japanese affair, and that was the All England 2021, but that was during COVID. There was the Chinese team weren't at the All England that year, but it still goes down in the record books that all 3 doubles finals at the 2021 All England was all Japanese matches. But the last time China managed to do as they've done here in Kumamoto was the China Masters of 2009.
It is incredible their dominance in this tournament this year. The Chinese team have been quite outstanding.
I think there's a resurgence of the Chinese players. I think they've got a new crop of players coming through in all disciplines. Oh, that's a perfect serve. We were talking about Nagahara. Well, certainly I was talking about her yesterday and her forehand serve. But Nagahara, I don't think, has such a good low service. Zhang serving forehand. Brilliant! Oh, would you believe it? The dive from Tan Ning was quite remarkable. And then they got beaten by the net cord.
Okay, thank you.
Look at that athletic play. Fantastic.
3-2.
Oh, she's pushed it wide.
4-2.
I feel there's more and more easier mistakes coming now. She could have just pushed that into the mid-court. It doesn't have to be a perfect shot there. Tan.
Change of pace, setting up the rally. And that's wonderful play from Zheng.
6-2.
Brilliant the way she steps in, the placement, the variation, and easy kill. Sharp on that net. So important for them to stop the shuttle off, make their opponents move.
Well, the wheels have come off at the moment, so I think with Liu Xingshu and Tan Ning, because this is 7 straight points. Remember, the number 6 seeds will love 2 down.
It's the thing, they need to just steady things a little bit now, play the rally out. Don't force it, don't try and win the point too much, because these easy mistakes are creeping in.
Going across the body of Chan Shuxian.
3-7.
Yeah, well spotted. Very good.
Great placement on the attack.
8-3.
Big gap down there. Cross player's got to be further over. Player on the straight's got to be covering the line a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the sort of rally that was serving them so well in the opening game.
I
think the net player from Liu and Tan hasn't really been able to get involved as much in this final, in this third game. That rally obviously saw they did. Great interception, but hasn't happened enough for that partnership. Liu does have great technique on her drives, so crisp and clean.
Good tumble serving in with an even better return. Zhang
9-5.
well on the interception, this lady Zhang.
Good patient attack from Zhang. Xuxian at the back, working the rally, keeping her shut in the downward direction. Good placement.
Look how deep their defensive stances are. So Chris Liu, Xuxian, Chen Xu and Tan Ning, too deep in court.
That's why it's so integral for their opponents to use variations, stop the shuttle off, make the move.
That was the longest rally so far in this deciding game. So it is the number 6 seeds who have an 11-6 advantage at the change of ends here in the deciding game of the women's doubles final at the Kumamoto Masters. Yeah, every time there's a little change of pace within the rally. The interception there from Zheng Wu, it has the desired effect. 1-6 deciding game, 1 minute shy of the hour mark. Well, not only a 5-point advantage, but Zheng Xuxian and Zheng Wu now the better end from which to play. Both these pairs have enjoyed more success from the far end of the courts.
That's over. 7-11.
I thought that Tang Ning was absolutely outstanding in the semi-final yesterday. I thought she was the best player on court against Matsumoto and Nagahara.
First over.
Position there.
7.
Liu, it's a shot where she can't win the rally from. She just wants to try and get the attack. She cannot afford to lose the rally from that position.
Good serve again. More varied attack. That's what you wanted, Chris, from the youngsters, Liu and Tan.
It's the placement here. Working the rally really well. Also rotating as a partnership, working together. Hitting for one another, as in hitting for your partner. Setting each other up.
Oh, clever. Brilliant. What a rally.
First over. 13-8.
Zheng, she has such a crisp overhead, and it's a pretty good angle, so it's so hard for Liu and Tan to really drive without her dead drives going up. And Zhang Zhuxian at the net, so sharp, cutting it out.
Nice. Found the gap. And once again, the lack of mobility of Liu Shengchu being exposed in that rally.
14-8.
That will come though with time.
From the body language of Liu and Tan, they're starting to doubt themselves, starting to doubt if they can really do this.
Nice. What a shot from Tan Ning. Five straight points.
8.
And it's difficult to see a way back now for Liu Shengchu and Tan Ning. But you just never know, do you? That's why we love sport. Yeah. Well finished off by Tan Ning.
Has been such a topsy-turvy game. or match, sorry, as in relation to each game has been so one-sided. If you look at the scores, it's quite unique how from the first game to the second and to the third things changed, or have changed.
All right.
It's even there, for me, it doesn't have to be the perfect shot. Trying to be too good to win the point. Put it into the gap, get the lift, work the rally.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Another example of why I was so impressed with Tang Ning.
18.
Missed it.
$11, 18.
Lovely jump smash on the final shot from Liu Shengshu.
12, 18.
Beautiful.
Brilliant angle.
Fail.
It's one of the big benefits of when you jump. Take the shuttle higher, so you manage to hit the shuttle steeper.
That's a great return of serve.
Third forward, 19, 12.
Well, it would be extraordinary if all three games were won and lost to 12, wouldn't it? 2 points away from a second title in 2 tournaments played, following on from their win in Saarbrücken. There. Nice play from Tan Ning.
Service over, 13, 19.
But the triple 12 is not going to happen. Too long. I think the youngsters were fairly lucky there.
Hold out.
Well, they're challenging, but I don't think they meant to leave it. I think they both left it for the other to play. Well, what does the instant review say? Really long.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 14, 19. Play.
Nice drop. Oh, my goodness. Brilliant. Up you get, up you get. That's a pity, my goodness me. She was so off balance. Fell out of the court area. Managed to get herself up again. Look, she's so off balance. Her partner even had time to look back and see where she was.
That's incredible to get back up and get back in.
Yeah. Good determination. Good athletic ability. Frankly, if I'd been sprawled at the back of the course, it'd taken me a week to get up again.
I would have covered you, Jill. We would have been fine. Oh no, the doctor's been called here.
Now it's not for the player that was on the floor, Zheng. Do you remember Zhang Xuxian was actually shaking her leg, I thought, in the opening game? Do you remember that?
Yep. When she crouched and cut that one out around the head, she kind of went down incredibly low, and maybe she just slightly compressed her knee.
Was it a quad muscle injury, or? Anyway, she's had some cold spray, the magic cold spray. But more importantly, there's only 4 points in it.
19. Play.
Six of the last 7 points to the youngsters, Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning. Point opportunities for Zhang Xuxian and Zheng.
It was incredible cover around the head on the last shot, Zhang Xuxian.
Teenager Liu Shengshu.
Pass over 16-20.
Came off the frame of the racket. 2 match points have been well saved. Eight of the last 10 points to Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning.
17-20.
Still another 3 match points though for Zhang Xuxian and Zheng. And they've done it on their 3rd match point opportunity. 21-17 in the deciding game, and it's a 2nd title in 2 consecutive tournaments played for Zhang Xuxian and Zheng. But it is a big breakthrough for them because it's their first ever title above a 300 level. Their first Super 500 title.
21-17.
An hour and 15 minutes. And they had to come back from a game deficit. But as I often say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And as you identified, Chris, it really was experience that came through today.
Yeah, they did incredible to turn it around, because in the first game they were totally outplayed, outclassed, and the way that they used their experience to kind of reset, start again, and then the way they played in the second, they managed to find their rhythm, find their style, and they dominated throughout most of the second and the third game, and I would say they're deserved winners today.
Confirmation of that scoreline: 12-21, 21-12, 21-17 in the deciding game in an hour and 15 minutes. This is the final rally. So the experience of the All England finalists from last year, and I suppose to a certain extent the inexperience of Liu Shengshu and Tang Ning contributing to the final outcome of the match. But an entertaining women's doubles. Good aggressive play, vying for the attack. We always love to see that. Well, they don't look overjoyed, do they? I think they're probably just tired.
Now we have the award ceremony for women's doubles. HSBC BWF World Tour Super 500 Kumamoto Masters Japan.
ただいまより HSBC BWF ワールドツアースーパー500熊本マスターズジャパン女子ダブルスの表彰式を行います。
So the players are invited to step forward for the prize presentations.
Runners-up is Liu Shengshu, Tang, China.
Beaten finalists in their seventh final of the third time that they've had to settle for second best.
And women's doubles winner,
Chan Chuxian and Zheng won in Saarbrücken, the last of the European tournaments on the European swing of the tour. Winner of the first event back here in Asia, the Kumamoto Masters.
Kumamoto Badminton Association for presentation of medals.
Mr. Kimura, President of Kumamoto Badminton Association, presenting the medals. Well, I'm absolutely certain we'll see an awful lot more of these young pair. But experience came through today with Chan Chuxian and Zheng Wu.
Congratulations to both. Thank you very much, Mr.
It's a third World Tour title in total, to go with the Australian Open at the end of last year, and of course a couple of weeks ago in Saarbrücken.
Vice President of Kumamoto Badminton Association.
続いて副賞の贈呈です。プレゼンターは熊本県バドミントン協会副会長工藤武親様です。
Mr. Kudo, Vice President of Kumamoto Badminton Association, presenting the mascots. Kumamon, the mascot Black Bear.
Congratulations and thank you very much, Mr. Kudo.
おめでとうございます。工藤様ありがとうございました。
Well, they performed extremely well today, Chan Chuxian and Zheng Wu.
Also introducing Kumamoto, Kumamoto Prefecture Sales Manager and Happiness Department Manager, Kumamon.
Kumamon comes dashing on. There we go, there he is.
営業部長兼幸せ部長のくまモンも参加します。
A match played in good spirit. Hard-fought match. Oh, now they want a selfie with Kumamon. Yes, you've got to get up on the top of the podium. Mr. Black Bear. There we go. Oh, that's the way. Fabulous. That photograph will be all over social media. I'll give it a like. Deserved champions. Zheng Shuxian and Zheng Yu. So they take leave of centre stage, and we look forward to our next final of the day, which is men's doubles. Liu Chen and Wu Chuanyi up against He Jiting and Ren Xian Yu. Welcome back to finals day here at the